It seems as though you may be New York's newest villain.
I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch what Victor Wembanyama does on this play here. In most situations where someone has the ball with just one guy in front of them and a teammate on the other side, it all depends on the defender in front. Because if it's a weaker one, some guys may try and go up to get an and-one. But then also, if you're unselfish, you do have to drop off right here for an easy bucket. Well, all of that is changed when Wemby is in the vicinity, as Josh Hart doesn't even look to the rim whatsoever, nor does he look to go to Bridges, and that's because he's pretty much in the same position to get blocked by Wemby if he was to receive the pass. That makes Josh turn around and look for a kick out, with OG being the first option available, but once again, he's also met with Wemby, who he doesn't want to compete with at the rim right now, so this spirals into a messy possession for New York where Bridges opts into a step back three over Wemby that ends up getting blocked.
Corner three, shot blocked by Wembanyama. What a start.
The sheer presence of Wemby is huge, as he makes teams not even think about going up to score once getting inside, and then if they are to actually commit and try to put points on the board, well, good luck.
Off the bounce inside, layup blocked by Wemby.
All this here shows how impactful Wemby can be, and for an adjustment that the Spurs made, it was simply to get Wemby more patient with his decisions and work him off ball more. When Castle has the option to go off either side on the screen, this will force the weak side helpman to shift over to the middle of the floor, which happens to be Mikal Bridges. Now this is important, because now when Castle attacks the paint, Cat has to commit, so that means Bridges will have to stay deep in the paint to help on Wemby, who's rolling to the basket. At this point, Castle is smothered, but look right here. This is the golden kickout. Castle, he was the start to everything, and here comes the domino effect. Because Castle first collapsed the defense, Bridges now has to close out hard on Fox, giving him the advantage to attack the paint to now make Cat help over, and as you all can see, Wemby is open on the backside calling for it, so you now just have to throw it up and let him finish. Anytime the pick and rolls are run with Wemby, you face many problems as the opponent. Fox may be injured, but you still have to block off these drops every time he comes off the screen. This puts a lot of responsibility on OG and Bridges to communicate, because there isn't going to be any help on the backside. Sure, in situations like this, Brunson would usually be the man to shift over to help cover the paint like we seen in a play earlier, but that would be pointless, as Brunson stands no chance at affecting the pass to Wemby over the top, and he could ultimately be giving up a three-pointer to Vassell in the corner. So with Brunson staying put and no one able to get in front of Wemby, you can just put 2 points on the board.
Alley-oop to Wembanyama and easily throws it down.
This changeup from the Spurs is smart, as it not only allows Wemby to ease into his game, but it now helps Castle break up some of this pressure. We all know that Stefan has been tested in this playoffs in terms of his point guard duties, and it's been tough. So even though he isn't able to break past the tight defense, it's that groundwork that the Spurs laid that makes everything easier for him. With the screens being set high and there being a double on Castle far away from the basket, OG now has to make a split decision right here whether he wants to get out on Fox or stay on Wemby. Well, to throw him off, Castle actually looks at Fox while sending this pass to a place only Wemby can get it, and here comes another easy 2 points inside. Having a 7'4" guy you can run off ball like this is majorly valuable, as he can command so much attention from the defense like we seen right here, and then even if he is to miss the shot off the lob, he can get his own tip to make sure he still scores. Things like this make it easier for himself and his teammates, since they just have to find him on the floor to then place it in the air for him to go grab it and put it through.
Alley-oop to Wembanyama, perfect pass from Castle.
This will be something to watch closer for in Game 4, as many options open up when you use Wemby in these actions. Such as here, Castle has the option to send it over to Vassell across the court for a three-pointer, and with Wemby rolling into the paint, he attracted OG, which is why Vassell is open, and with Wembanyama being 7'4" with OG sealed off, this ends up being the result.
Once again inside Wembanyama, and he throws it down.
The movement without the ball was one thing, but then his patience with the ball was another. As in games prior, we would have seen Wemby put up shots like this. We all already know it. And although they are open for him, it's not the highest quality shot. When you look at the floor, you can see immediately there's an attack angle going right if he wanted, but Wemby doesn't take that. And instead, he still makes a good decision to use an up fake to get the defender in the air. He then stays patient to see what OG's gonna do, and once that opening presents itself, he pushes to the rim, euros into the paint, and gets this up before Cat can get to it for that and one.
Knocks down two as Wembanyama, so patient.
Yeah, such a difference. And this is what you want to see. Real-time adjustments where Wemby doesn't just force shots like this when he's stopped. He's now using the gravity he has when it comes to shifting the defense to find his open guys. And this right here, well, it's straight cash. Sometimes the defense is in a solid distance when you're pulling up, so it's not that this shot from Wemby is bad, but when you see that two defenders are focusing on Wemby while Johnson is rolling to the basket with no one there, this is when you see that this is the better option. In the NBA Finals, this level of decision making is needed. You can put up shots like this on the short roll as there's no defensive pressure at all, but what's even better is when you can locate a potential 3-point opportunity, and even when that one's passed up, Wemby doesn't sit and do nothing. He relocates out himself, and this time he lets it fly with confidence. This adjustment from the Spurs and Wemby was key in taking Game 3, but can they do the same in Game 4? I want to know what you all think, so comment down below. And also, come join the community over at my website where we have polls, games, and much more.